Managing the finances of your UK dropshipping business doesn't need to be complicated. In fact, all you need is a phone and some time on your hands, and you can open up a business bank account. And that's what we're going to cover in today's video. If you're new to the channel, my name is James Eardley. I've generated over 7 figures with my e-commerce businesses, and that's allowed me time and location freedom. And with these YouTube videos, I'm showing you exactly how you can achieve the same success. So firstly, we're just going to discuss why it's important to have a separate business bank account. And essentially, you're trying to avoid headaches in the future, and you're avoiding headaches for your accountant in the future as well. And the reason for that is because there will be a time in the future where you'll be looking at the performance of your business, looking at the income that you've generated, looking at the expenses that you've been spending while your business has been running, and you'll be looking to find out what the difference is. Now, that is very simple. If you have one bank account where all of your income's coming in, all of your expenses are going out, because you just need to look at the bank statements to get a real pulse on your business. However, if you don't have a separate business bank account, then the alternative is that you're using like a personal account that you've got already, and then all of your business finances, all of your expenses and income will be mixed up with your personal expenses and personal income as well. And so when it comes time to working out the business profits, the money that you've been spending, money that you've been bringing in, it'll all be next to your personal expenses. So there'll be the business payment that you've made to a supplier to buy a product, and then right next door to that, you'll have your lunch from Sainsbury's in the next column. And it gets very difficult for you and accountants to sift through and work out what's business and what's not. So a note from the very start, to make it really easy for yourself and to get a pat on the back from your accountant in the future, is to have a separate business bank account as soon as you start trading. The next step to consider is that I'd recommend you set up a limited company before you open a business bank account. So this is going to be slightly dependent on your own circumstances as to whether that's the right decision for you. But I have made videos on my channel about whether setting up a limited company is the right option for you as a UK dropshipper. But it is easy to make a business bank account once you have a limited company, because then you can create your business bank account in the name of the limited company. So that is why that comes first, and then afterwards you create the business bank account in the name of the business that you've already set up. Next consideration is that you will need some documentation in order to open up a business bank account. So that will include a proof of address, so like a utility bill, a letter that's been sent to your address with your name on, and also your ID, so like a passport or a driving license handy, so you'll be able to verify who you are when you go through the bank account application process. And if you registered a company, you'll need to have your company registration certificate to hand as well to verify that you own that company. You may also need some additional documents to hand, but they'll be prompted by the bank application process to give over to the bank as you go through the application. Next consideration is whether you would like to use a digital bank or a bank that has a physical branch on the high street. Now, my heavy recommendation is that you go with a digital bank. The reason for that is you don't want to be tied to having to do anything to a physical location with your dropshipping business. One of the massive perks of running an e-commerce business is that it is location independent, and you can run it and continue generating income no matter where you are in the world. And you don't want to be tying yourself to having to go to a bank on a certain high street if you need to take certain actions around your finances. Instead, in the modern world, you can just have an app on your phone and you can have all of your finances managed there. So just make sure that you go with a digital bank. So examples of digital banks would be Tide, Starling, Monzo. These are all banks with apps on your phone and all digital completely, and I used both Tide and Monzo. Another benefit of using these digital banks is that the application process is all online as well, and so in just a short hour or two you can go through the full application process and you can have your business bank account set up very soon afterwards. Now, once you've had a few of these considerations go through your mind and you're confident that setting up a digital business bank account is the right option for you, then there's just a decision to make about which bank account to use. Now, I've always used Tide primarily, and I've also got a Monzo account as well. And both of those, I can give you my recommendations that they've been very simple to use, and I'd recommend them both for your business as well. So I'd start with Tide. Because their application process is simple, and if you have any hassle with their application process, if they're asking you for documents that you can't provide, if they're asking you for information you can't provide right now, then all you need to do is say, okay, in that case, I'll use a different bank and just go to Monzo instead, because their application process is often more simple and less strict. So just keep that in mind. If you have any hiccups along the way with the application process, then try out different business bank accounts until you get one opened. You don't necessarily have to be loyal to one business bank account. You can just shop around, try the application process of the first one, and hopefully that goes through. If not, move on to another business bank account and you can get it set up very quickly. So I'd start by going to Tide, setting up a business bank account with them, and answer all the questions. And before you know it, you'll have an app on your phone, you'll have a business bank account opened, and they'll send out a debit card to your address a few days later, and you'll be able to do all of your banking on that app. You'll be able to start sending bank transfers from that phone. You'll be able to start making payments for different softwares that you use like Shopify, etc. And you'll tie it all to that bank account. So start by going to the Tide website, go through the business bank account application, and before you know it, you'll have an account separate to your personal one so you can operate your UK dropshipping business. So I hope you found this video helpful today. If you did, then let me know by commenting or subscribing or leaving a like on the video. And it really helps me to know what type of videos you'd like me to continue creating in the future. Also, if you are building a business and you've got your bank account ready, set up so you can really go into an online business that will provide more freedom for you, then I am building a community for ambitious business owners to get around each other and to push each other on to escape a 9-to-5 and run successful online businesses. So if you'd like to get around that community, it's completely free and the link is in the description, the first link in the description. So check that out. And if you're not interested, absolutely fine. I hope you just got value from the video today. So with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.